What's up guys, I'm Pete and this is Retro Game Attic. When I think of portable gaming devices, Nintendo usually is the first that comes to mind. The Nintendo DS is the best-selling portable game console of all time, followed by the Nintendo Switch and the Game Boy and Game Boy Color line. In the more modern era, I would also consider Sony to be a heavy hitter in the portable console space with the PSP and the Vita. And finally, I would consider Sega to have made a sizable impact as well. The Game Gear sold 11 million units and the Sega Nomad sold a respectable 1 million units as well. But there is another portable Sega handheld unit that doesn't get much recognition or love, the Sega IR7000 Communicator. While not a gaming-centered console like the aforementioned Game Gear and Nomad, the IR7000 was a pretty cool little device for its time. If you're of a certain age, chances are you remember the rise of the PDA and personal organizers in the 1990s through about early 2000s, and the Sega IR7000 was a solid choice back then. It was manufactured by Casio, and Sega put their branding on it, so it wasn't strictly a Sega device, but I'll count it. The Sega IR7000 shares most of its DNA with the Casio Secret Sender 6000 and the Casio My Super Magic Diary JD6500. These units appear to have very similar button layouts, casings, and available modes. Aside from the colors and branding, the main differences seem to be that the Secret Sender has a universal TV remote mode, and the Super My Magic Diary features a virtual pet mode. Now, there is no physical Casio branding present on the Sega IR7000, but the default name for the owner of the device is Casio, so it's a nice little Easter egg there. The IR7000 was released in North America in 1994 and retailed for $80 or about $162.40 today with inflation, so this thing was pretty expensive for a kid's toy. Aside from the usual PDA features, the main party trick of the IR7000 was its capability to communicate with other IR7000s through an infrared beam known as the Magic Beam. It worked very similar to the way a TV remote does. It was powered by 2 AAA batteries and one CR2032 button battery. I've had this thing for about 8 years and I have never replaced the button battery and it's still going strong. The IR7000 also featured an LCD display and 128 kilobytes of internal memory. So like I said, the main selling point of this thing was its ability to send IR beam messages to your friends to a maximum of 30 feet away. I unfortunately don't have 2 units and I don't know anyone else who does, so I guess I'll never experience the joy of magic beaming a message. So as someone who would have been about 9 or 10 years old when this thing was released, it would have been awesome to have as a kid in school secretly communicating with my friends in class. The IR7000 looks pretty similar to a calculator, so I think many non-tech savvy teachers could have been fooled into thinking it was just a calculator. The IR7000 also had a telephone directory, a secret password protected directory, a scheduler, a calendar, calculator, currency converter, an alarm, data memo, home and world time, 10 language settings. Another cool feature the IR7000 had was an avatar creator. Through here you can create a personalized avatar and assign it to a contact. There's surprisingly a good amount of options available when creating the avatar. You start by choosing a face, then you choose the hair, bangs, eyebrows, eyes, nose, mouth, face outline, glasses, mustache, beard, etc. It's kind of like a primitive Nintendo Mii character creator made 12 years before the Wii's release. I like the transparent gray plastic on the device, the LCD screen is clear and serviceable, especially for the time, the buttons are responsive enough, and you're treated to a minor beeping sound each time you press a button. So now that we're a little familiar with the unit, let's check it out in action. Alright, so let's check out the Brain Drain game. So there's a few options. You could do versus computer or optical war. Let's try versus computer. From here you choose a warrior, and you can see we have a bunch to choose from. I'll scroll down a little bit. Let's try Mr. B. So the game started already. That was pretty quick. You can see there's 2 bar indicators on each side. I'm not totally sure what's going on. Okay, so left is attacking me. Now I'm attacking. I'm not too sure what's going on here, but I guess they landed on a potion. So okay, they recovered a little bit of health. Now I'm attacking. Let's try a new game and we'll choose me. Okay, I just got burnt. Now I'm attacking. I just burnt her. She burnt me. This is a little back and forth. Okay, and we're about the same health now, but I think I'm gonna be toast. Let's see. She got a UFO, so she recovered a little bit of health. Okay, I burned her again, and we're right there. We're neck and neck here. And she had a magic ball, I guess. Okay, burnt. This is going on for a little bit. Landed on a pyramid and recovered a ton of health there. I got burnt, and it looks like I am done. You can see the 2 people scratching their heads or crying or whatever they're doing. Okay, we can check out the memory capacity. You can see I have 60% remaining here. Number of items. It has all your telephone, schedule, data memo. You can change the language. You can also check out the communicator from here, so you can send and receive data, the world time, which is pretty cool. And then we can check out the avatar creator a little bit more. You can see the outline mode and glasses. This thing is pretty customizable. Mustache, And there's a good amount you could pick from each category, which is pretty cool. Beard, so I got a beard going on now, and we'll switch up the hair a little bit. So let's back out. We can check out the calendar now. It's pretty standard. There's not too much going on right here, so you can set a schedule, a time. These are typical PDA features, nothing new here. And we can check out the calculator mode. Again, nothing groundbreaking here, but it's nice and clear, and the buttons are responsive, so it's pretty functional. It gets the job done. Here's your alarm. I'm not going to set it right now. And then last up, let's try sending a message. Even though it's not going to work, I just want to see how intuitive the thing is. So I will send a message that I am on my Sega IR7000. And of course it didn't go through. And there it is, my friends, the Sega IR7000 Communicator. This is such a 1990s core Sega item to me. It's a fun piece of 1990s tech that would have been awesome to experience as a kid back then. It was definitely expensive for the time, and the sales numbers aren't available for it, but I would assume it didn't light any sales charts on fire. Even though the Sega IR7000 wasn't a pure Sega product per se, it feels right at home in my collection, and I even get some Dreamcast VMU vibes from it, which is a good thing. The IR7000 is another awesome piece of tech from Sega's golden era. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to check out Retro Game Attic. I seriously appreciate you all, and I hope you find some good gaming scores out there. Later.